I invite you to connect with the voices of the Bible as we explore John 4 through 14, and 19 to 26, the story of Jesus meeting the Samaritan woman at Jacob's well. This is one of the longest one-on-one conversations Jesus has with anyone in the Gospels, and it happens with someone most religious leaders of his day would have avoided entirely, a Samaritan, a woman, someone with a complicated past. Yet Jesus goes out of his way to meet her, and their conversation changes everything, not just for her, but for her entire community. To understand why this encounter matters, we need to know something about the geography and the history behind it. Jesus is traveling from Judea in the south to Galilee in the north. The text says he had to go through Samaria. Now, technically, he didn't have to. Most Jewish travelers took a longer route to avoid Samaritan territory altogether. Jews and Samaritans had centuries of hostility between them, religious disputes, ethnic tensions, mutual contempt. But Jesus chooses the direct path right through the heart of Samaria. He stops at Jacob's well near a town called Sychar. Now, this isn't just any well. It's a place loaded with meaning. Jacob was the patriarch who gave this land to his son Joseph. This well represents heritage, belonging, identity, and it's here, at this ancient site, that Jesus sits down, tired from his journey. The time matters too. It's noon, the hottest part of the day. Most women drew water in the cool of the morning or evening when they could gather and talk. A woman coming alone at noon suggests that she's avoiding the community. Maybe she's an outcast. Maybe she's tired of the whispers. Either way, she's come expecting to be alone. She isn't. Jesus opens the conversation with a simple request: give me some water to drink. But nothing about this request is simple. A Jewish man asking a Samaritan woman for anything was shocking. She says as much. Why do you, a Jewish man, ask for something to drink from me, a Samaritan woman? She's naming the barriers between them, religious, ethnic, gender-based. These are real walls built over generations, and Jesus walks right through them. His response shifts the conversation entirely. If you recognize God's gift and who is saying to you, give me some water to drink, you would be asking him, and he would give you living water. She's practical. She points out the obvious. Sir, you don't have a bucket, and the well is deep. She's thinking about physical water. Jesus is talking about something else entirely. Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, he says, but whoever drinks from the water that I will give will never be thirsty again. The water that I give will become in those who drink it a spring of water that bubbles up into eternal life. Jesus isn't dismissing her practical concerns. He's inviting her to see that her deepest thirst for acceptance, for meaning, for connection with God can actually be satisfied. Not temporarily, but permanently. Not from outside, but from within. The conversation takes a turn we don't have in our selected verses, where Jesus reveals he knows her past. But notice what happens next in our passage. She doesn't run away in shame. She leans in. Sir, I see that you are a prophet. Then she raises the big theological question dividing Jews and Samaritans. Where is the right place to worship? Her ancestors said this mountain. Jews said Jerusalem. Who's right? Jesus' answer breaks open the whole debate. The time is coming and is here when true worshipers will worship in spirit and truth. Location doesn't determine access to God. Ethnic identity doesn't determine access to God. What matters is spirit and truth. And then comes the climax. She mentions the Messiah who will come and explain everything. Jesus responds from the divine name itself. I am the one who speaks with you. To this outsider, this woman drawing water alone at noon, Jesus reveals his identity more directly than almost anywhere in the Gospels. This story invites us to notice where we draw our water and whether it ever truly satisfies. We return again and again to wells that leave us thirsty: achievement, approval, accumulation, distraction. Jesus offers something different, a spring within us that doesn't run dry. It also challenges us to see who Jesus sees. The people we might avoid, the conversations we might skip, the barriers we accept as permanent. Jesus walks through them. Divine encounter happens in unexpected places with unexpected people at unexpected times. As you reflect on this passage, consider, what wells do you keep returning to that never quite satisfy? And who might God be inviting you to see differently this week? Thanks for connecting with the voices of the Bible. Subscribe and share this with someone who might need to hear it today.